The cool thing about hair is that hair can be so different. For example, you and I might have different hair. I have straight hair and maybe you have curly or wavy hair. I'm going to show you guys how to look for the details in all sorts of different types of hair and get started with drawing them. So we're going to be using this reference. And if we're looking at these people, we can look at different types of hair. So if we look at this person, his hair is more wavy and it's got more volume, but the general shape around his hair, it's almost like a circle. And it's kind of protruding out from this point here. So you're seeing these loose strands of hair going outwards like that. So if we want to draw an afro, we'd start off by using the general shape, so a circle. And because of the wavy and kind of jagged nature of the hair, it's kind of more like this. So just being very loose, and the hair protruding from that point. Like this. So that's how I would break down the shape of the hair, and then looking at those strands individually and getting that kind of movement and line type. Now let's look at this person's hair. So he's got very short hair, so it's hard to kind of show the strokes, but a way to suggest this type of hair would be to use a shading technique. So for example, if his head was like this, so we're just going to map out his head shape, which is kind of rounded like that. But his hair, you can see the shape like this. So if we lightly draw that in, and we lightly shade it, so kind of using a mid-tone to show his hair like that. Now let's look at her hair. She's got longer, straighter and finer hair. So the general shape of it, it's a bit hidden by the hat, but if we look at it and imagine it, it's more like this. That's her head, and the hair goes straight down. So straight down in these kind of shapes. And maybe she has a fringe like that. But the key thing to note about her hair is that it's long strands that follow that shape. So her hair would be like this. It follows from the crown to the ends of the hair, using straight flowing lines like this. Now let's look at his hair. So his hair is a bit more wavy and loose. So if we look at the shape of it, we can start the hair by using this shape, this shape, this shape. Like so. And it's tucked by the ear. Like that. Now if we look at the strands of the hair, it's a bit irregular and uses natural, kind of strange, kind of random wavy lines like this. Like that. Now let's look at his hair. So he's got dreadlocks, and dreadlocks are a bit more unique, they're a bit different. But if we break it down like before, we can first find the shape of his hair, which is this shape here. Like this. That. The cool thing about dreadlocks is that they're kind of like individual chunks and strands of hair. The shapes aren't actually straight, they're more natural and a bit wavier and ebbing, like this. You can draw in those individual chunks of hair, and they can be like this, and moving outwards, moving just like this. Same thing on this side over here. So the general, it's kind of similar to that flow of straight hair. It's just that the individual stranded chunks of hair, like so. And if we look at his hair, he's got shorter and straighter hair. So if we get those shapes, and this is here, there, and there. So the strands you can see are going outwards from his head with this shape. And then on the sides of his hair, the hair is going outwards like this. So a good way to warm up or get started with drawing hair is to keep it simple, to break down those big shapes, and then to find those really obvious strands or shapes of hair, whether it's those wavy lines or dreadlocks, or even whether it's straight hair. Yeah!